General Dunford, you heard the chairman's admonishment of staying within 5 minutes, so I'm going to ask you to have your answers as succinct as possible, and if you want to elaborate, you can do that in writing. You heard the Secretary of Defense today say both in writing and verbally that we are at war. Who declared that war?
Chairman or Representative Forbes, I think what the Secretary is saying, because we've discussed this, is we view the fight against ISIL as a threat to the United States, and we are mobilizing all of the military capabilities that are necessary.
Who would have actually made that declaration? Is that something you would make, the Secretary would make?
If it was a technical declaration of war, it would be the Congress.
But has that declaration been made?
No, it has not.
So then how does the Secretary say we're at war?
The Secretary say for
I understand,
himself.
but I only have 5 minutes.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, by doing that, I'm not
I would ask the Secretary if he wants to elaborate, he can do it in writing. He's taking my 5 minutes. General Dunford, can you tell me, if as the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, if you know?
We are technically not at war, Representative Forbes.
So if we're effectively not at war, let me ask you this.
Declared war.
Have we currently contained ISIL?
We have not contained ISIL.
Have they been contained at any time since 2010?
Tactically, in areas they have been. Strategically, they have spread since 2010.
Can you ask me if our current strategy, in your best personal and professional military judgment that we've currently implemented, do we have a strategy that will defeat and destroy ISIL?
I think the right components of a strategy are in place, Representative Forbes.
Is that the strategy that was recommended by the Joint Chiefs?
The current strategy, and particularly the military dimension of the strategy, is the strategy that was recommended by the Joint Chiefs.
Do you have any knowledge of whether your predecessor was ever consulted from 2010 until he left office regarding the appropriate strategy for dealing with ISIL in his best personal professional military judgment or the best personal military judgment of the Joint Chiefs?
I'm confident that he was routinely consulted.
Do you have any knowledge as to whether he was consulted?
I do. I was a member of the Joint Chiefs at the same time.
Was the strategies implemented since 2010 the strategies that were recommended by the Joint Chiefs? I can't speak to all the way back to 2010, Congressman Ford. How long were you on the Joint Chiefs?
11 months before assuming my current position.
All right. During that 11 months, were the strategies implemented at that time the strategies that were recommended by the Joint Chiefs?
We didn't make a recommendation on a strategy during those 11 months. The only recommendations we made happened subsequent to that time, which is when I was the chairman.
And, General, in your best personal, professional, military judgment, do you believe our strategies since 2010 were the appropriate military strategies to defeat and destroy ISIL?
Congressman Forbes, I think we have the right elements of the strategy in place today.
Did we have them since 2010?
I don't believe the campaign was fully resourced since 2010.
Yeah, good. Mr. Chairman.